Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Lissaury. If you don't already know, I'm gonna show you my holiday glam tutorial. So if you would like to see how I done it up this way, keep watching. So first, obviously, I do love moisturizing my lips with the Carmex lip balm. So if you don't already own one of those, you must be out your goddamn mind, because everybody and their mother owns this in New York. So get to it. So yeah, I rub it all over my lips, as you can see, and then I jump right into the brows. Take my angled brush and my dip brow in Ebony from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I start shaping it out. Now for this video, I do show you in depth how I do my eyebrows from beginning to end. The first thing I usually do is I start out by shaping the bottom edge of my eyebrow, and then after that I do gentle strokes, very light on the fingers. I don't want to get too harsh on the lines, and I start shaping at the top and then start filling them in very gently. I don't go too dark, like I said, and I just keep going back for more product, but not too much. And I make sure to include that little arc, as you can tell, and I start shading it in, following the position of my eyebrow hairs, and I keep shaping it out. And as you can see, it's starting to get very dark. It looks very natural, and that's usually my go-to. I love that ombre look. So once I get to the front, I start gently stroking the front and following the shape of my eyebrow hairs, going in a top and bottom motion, and I go across as such. Next, I'm going to take my flat concealer brush and I'm going to start shaping out the bottom of my eyebrow with me Elite Girl Cosmetics Pro Conceal, and I just start shaping the bottom out and cleaning it up. If you don't already have your eyebrows done, this is the step where you're going to be able to hide those unwanted hairs, and I usually clean it up. As you can see, it looks very finessed and very well done. Next, I'm going to take my favorite Shape Tape concealer from Tarte Cosmetics, and I'm going to start prepping my lids for the eyeshadow. And I also take a flat concealer brush and spray with my MAC Fix Plus. That way I could get a little bit of moisture and I could rub all that product all over. And it's, it's a little bit dry, I'm not gonna lie, but it covers it very well. So I usually like to do this step in order to make sure it blends out evenly and there's no dry patches. And as you can see, they look very clean and even out. I do have uneven tones on my eyelids, so this is my favorite step before prepping my eyeshadow base, because it gives it that very, I guess, universal look where it's like one tone and not showing all the different tones in my eyelid. So this is a very important step. Next, I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. It's amazing, ladies. You definitely have to invest in this palette if you can. And I take a big blending brush and I start putting that shade Unity all over my lid, and I just blend it out very generously. It is almost the same color as my lid, so it helps out. It looks very natural. So I do that in order to, start blending it out and prepping it for the rest of the colors that I'm going to blend through. Next, I'm going to take Lure, and I'm just going to go ahead and start that transition shade, and I'm going to go ahead and rub it all over my crease. And because I do have hooded eyes, I like to go on top of the crease, not on the actual crease, because you're not going to see it once I open my eyes. And I blend it out, make sure it's all over the lid. Well, not all over. I meant to say all over the top of the lid. And I'm very generous, and I just go back and forth like a rainbow motion. As you can tell, it looks very natural and it's just transitioning very well. The next color I'm going to take is the Saturn color. So I'm going to go ahead and start shaping that out and buffing it through the crease, as I mentioned before, following the same steps as the first color. The next step I'm going to take is the Eden color. It's another orange tone, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, just starting that blending process and getting ready for those really strong orange tones. I'm taking that blending brush again, and I'm going to go ahead and take the color Saturn, and I'm going to take more product and get really intense there and start covering the crease and on top of the crease. If you do have hooded eyes, I recommend to do the step just as I'm doing it in this video and doing little circular motions. Next, I'm taking this MAC color. It's like an orange tone. I'm gonna list it down below. I bought it a while back and I just put it in a little palette case so it wouldn't be loose, and I mixed it in. It's basically the same color as Saturn, so if you don't decide to buy this color, you definitely will do just fine with the Saturn, but I just wanted a really intense look, so I went ahead and applied that color. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and take the parallel color. It's that brown tone in the palette, and I'm gonna start making those dark shades and start intensifying the crease. And ladies, do not forget to blend. This is the most important step. You don't want to look like a mess or like you got punched in the eye. So right after you take that intense color with the tight brush, you want to go ahead and blend it out. And I do really tight circular motions because I want to make sure I don't overpower the other colors that are under it. And of course, go right ahead and blend it out. So for some reason you couldn't tell the colors I picked, but it's fine. I'm gonna obviously mention them now. So I take that parallel color and I get really intense in there, and I start really blending it out, making sure that my crease is still visible, but I do like that orange kind of like ombre color that I'm doing there, mixing everything together. So I'm taking that tight brush again, and I'm gonna go back with the parallel color just to make sure that that crease looks very defined as I like it to look. And as you can tell, it's blending really nice at this point. I think right now in makeup, the messy eyeshadow look is definitely in style. And now that we're done with blending it out, the next step is that we're going to take our concealer and a little small concealer brush, and we're going to go ahead and start dabbing it onto the middle of the lid to make that little shiny effect that I have in the beginning of the video. You'll see. So I go, and I don't want to go towards the front. I'm going to stick to the middle, and I'm not going to drag it out to the end. So almost like just maybe a quarter of your lid is going to be covered by the concealer at this point. We're going to follow both steps, obviously, with both lids, and we're going to be very careful. You don't want to get it all over the place, so you're going to go gently and not too rough on the brush. So we're going to go back to the Prism palette and we're going to take that shimmery color called Pyramid. It's one of my favorite colors in this palette. And we're going to go ahead and wet our concealer brush and start dabbing it on with our Fix Plus and just covering only the area where the concealer is placed on the lid. That way we can go ahead and basically set the concealer with this eyeshadow. And then we're going to go back to that color Parallel and we're going to go ahead and take our type brush and we're going to start covering the inside corners of our eyes and then the outside corner, basically shadowing in the shimmery color Pyramid to give it that kind of smoky eye effect, you could call, towards the outside. And you could blend it on to the top a little bit, but not too crazy because you do want that shine to be intense. And of course, blending it out as always. Next, we're going to go ahead and take our angled eyeliner brush and take what's called the Obsidian color. It's that black color at the top right hand of the palette, and we're going to just start getting ready to put our eyeliner. So I do usually do this when I do an intense eyeshadow look, just because I don't want it to look so defined with the eyeliner. I do like a little bit of like that smoky eyeliner look when it comes to these looks, because that way when I prep it like this, and this also gives it a window of an opportunity in case you mess up, it won't be so obvious. So we're gonna drag it onto the lid and cover the top, and I'm gonna do both off camera. Next, we're gonna tight line, so we're gonna take eyeliner and go to the inside of the top lid and cover that up. And then of course place some mascara and prep our lashes for the eyelashes that we're gonna put on. So at this point my camera did get overheated, so I put my lashes on off camera, and I'm gonna jump right into the foundation, and I also did the eyeliner off camera as well. So I take a flat foundation brush and I dab the foundation all over my face and finish by blending it out with a beauty blender. Next, I'm going to take the Cover FX orange color corrector and put that under my lid, prep it for the concealer. Put the concealer, as you can see, I'm getting ready to contour, so I make sure to blend it out very good. And I also clean up the brows a little bit because I don't want the eyeshadow all over the place. And I'm also going to contour the bridge of my nose, the cheeks, and the chin. And blending it up with the Beauty Blender. And I'm going to go ahead and take a tight brush and I'm going to line the bottom of my lids. I'm going to take the same colors, Eden, Saturn, and Parallel, and go ahead and do the bottom lash to make it look even more blended out and put together. Next, I'm taking my Laura Mercier loose setting powder. I'm just going to go ahead and set under my eyes and the top of my cheekbones as well. And once the time has passed, I'm gonna go ahead and dab that right into my eye with a flat foundation brush. Sometimes I use the other brush. When I don't find it quickly, I just grab this one. It works just as fine. And I clean up where the areas that I had the loose setting powder. Next is contour time. So I'm gonna go take my favorite Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and I'm gonna start blending right out to the top of my cheeks and follow my hairline and also my jawline as well. It definitely helps to look more defined when I do this as well. I go ahead, and after I'm done with my cheeks, I'm gonna start the bridge of my nose. Once I'm done with everything else, I make sure there's no harsh lines. And next, I'm gonna go ahead and start highlighting. So I'm gonna take my L'Oreal Geller with the Glided Honey color. It's one of my favorite. That's definitely my top 5. And I'm gonna take this brush and throw some Fix Plus on it. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the top of my nose, top of my cheeks, and also my Cupid's bow, and a little over my eye. And I almost forgot I had to put blush. Like, what's wrong with me? I always forget this step, but I still remember it. And I'm gonna take my favorite California Girl with the Benefit Cosmetics collection. It's definitely my favorite blush at this time. Next, I'm gonna take my red lip liner from MAC. It's actually called Red, as funny as it sounds. And I'm gonna go ahead and shape out my lid so that I can get ready for my favorite. Fenty Beauty Lip Stunna. Oh my god, girls, you guys need to get this. This is amazing. It goes on beautifully, and I only had to reapply once. So yeah, that's how you get ready for the holidays, ladies. Don't forget to put on your exaggerated earrings, and that's it. Use the bad bitch. And if you enjoyed watching this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. What would you like to see next? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.